Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dive Deep. I'm Shelby Cornett, and I'm the ministry assistant at Cambridge City Christian Church, and that's Danny.
Hey, Shelby.
Hi.
You doing all right?
Great.
Doing great. Well, that's always good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We just found out a few minutes ago that you're going on fall break in 2 weeks, and Travis and I are going to get a vacation. We're excited.
Yeah.
Travis and I are real excited. We're going to get a break.
My
Yeah.
my fall break is Danny and Travis's fall break.
That's right. We're going to have a good week that week.
Good.
No, the boss is away. The mice will play, right?
Good for you.
All right. That's right.
I'm going to put little cameras up.
Oh, and then you're going to like yell at us through the cameras.
Yeah.
like with
From the
those-
beach.
Yeah. You'll be on the beach yelling at us. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would do that.
No, my brain is going to be on the beach,
Okay.
and that's it.
Also, it's not going to be on Dive Deep.
No.
What kind of podcast
I'm sorry.
person are you?
It's a vacation. I'm not supposed
I
to.
know, but people that are really dedicated you'd be sitting on the beach writing notes about your future podcasts. So
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed.
We'll see. If that's how you want to picture my vacation, you go for it.
Well, I'm on vacation next week, and I will admit I'm not doing that. So,
Yeah.
all right. So I'll give you.
So I'm on vacation next week also.
Oh yeah, you're on vacation next week because I'm gone. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. And Travis gets 2 weeks in a row of vacation. Yeah. He's the one that really gets the good end
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Church stuff.
Yeah, church stuff.
Dive deep stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We started a new series
We
this
did.
week.
We did. Minor Prophets.
And it was like the intro sermon
The
kind
intro.
of to the whole, right? Kind of.
I couldn't help but laugh the way you were looking at me. You're like, right? Like you were doing like
That's how I talk, right?
like when you were a teenager in high school or something. All right. Okay. Get a hold of yourself, Danny. Yeah, we started a series on the Minor Prophets, and I mean, if you think about it, most people don't know much about the Minor Prophets. I know in my life group,
Nope.
actually one of the questions that was in the material this week was we went through each book, and I said, okay, do you know
Yeah.
Joel, Nahum, Habakkuk? Like everybody's like, nope.
Jonah.
Jonah. People knew Jonah. And there were a few people that knew a little bit of like Hosea, and maybe a few people that know something about Micah, but usually it's only because he was the one that prophesied Jesus was going to be born in Bethlehem. That was the only reason they knew it. So, yeah, most people don't know hardly anything
No.
about the Minor Prophets.
I felt bad when I was looking through that
Yeah.
list because I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, I mean, I will admit, I mean, I've shared this with my group that probably out of every portion of Scripture, because you have to realize the Scripture is usually broken up into bigger groups. So just really quick, I mean, the groups are, you have the Torah, the Pentateuch. Okay, that's kind of the history like of Israel, the books of Moses, right? And then you have the books of history. So that's like 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, Chronicles. Okay. Then you have the wisdom literature, that's Psalms and Proverbs. So there's another section. Then you have the major prophets, that's Daniel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, prophets like that. And then you have the minor prophets. And those are the Old Testament, and that's probably the one I know the least. And I
Right.
would venture that if you went to any pastor or even biblical scholar, they would probably say the same thing.
Well, I think most people in the church congregation are the same way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It may even be worse
Yeah.
because I mean I did take some classes and things like that in college for it, but it wasn't something that we talked about a lot in
Yeah.
other classes, you know, about the Minor Prophets, and that's a shame because there's a lot of really good stuff in the Minor Prophets, and the Minor Prophets are not called Minor Prophets because they're not as important like.
Yeah.
You know, we often say something like you have major leaguers and minor leaguers in baseball, and that's not what it means. It was called Minor Prophets just because the books tend to be smaller.
Right.
The major prophets are longer books. The minor prophets are smaller.
I was reading through Obadiah yesterday, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
it's
we're
just
gonna-
like one page.
We're going to talk about Obadiah next week, and Obadiah is only 21 verses.
Yeah.
It's very quick. I know it is weird. I've got my message done for this next Sunday, and it is weird to like, when I say the references on Sunday, like usually when you give a Bible reference, you'll say like Jeremiah chapter 1 through 15. Well, this Sunday it's just the reference is Obadiah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
You
the
don't
whole
even have to
book.
turn the
Right.
page.
Yeah. It's the whole book. So, but there's some really powerful stuff in these books. And something that I think I shared with the group too is I think we should be excited going into this study because let's just be frank. Like last year we did the book of Mark, a powerful book that shows us about the life of Jesus. But chances are we've read through it a few times. We're going to be reading through books we have never read through before. So that's kind of exciting. It's totally new information for most of us. And it'll be very, very neat to just read something different.
Yeah.
So I think this will be a really, really neat study. I'm looking forward, to diving into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, get a lot out of it.
yeah.
This week was kind of just talking about taking your faith seriously, right?
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
like the point of
Yeah,
the
serving
message.
seriously. Yeah, we talked about how one of the biggest problems that we have as Christians is that people don't take our faith seriously, and part of the reason is because we don't take our faith
Right.
seriously. And so we kind of dived into that a little bit, and how do we do that? Because really the message of the minor prophets is taking God seriously. Because Israel had the same problem that sometimes we have as Christians, where we don't really take our faith all that seriously. So
Yeah.
that was kind of the main push of the message this
Yeah,
week.
I wrote
So,
seriously across my notes at the top real big.
yeah.
About seriously? Seriously.
Yeah. Did you just do your 90s girl, like, seriously? Or what's your best?
I wasn't really talking much in the 90s, so I don't know how.
Oh, that's right. You weren't born yet. I forgot.
I was born in the 90s, but
What, like 99?
97.
That don't count. I was graduating high school in 97, so,
Yeah. So I didn't say seriously in the 90s.
Well, you might have. You would have been like 2.5 before 2000, but anyway. yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Well, anyway.
My
so
kids say actually. instead of
yeah,
seriously,
yeah,
yeah.
that could be another one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I have questions.
All right. Let's hear them.
My 3 questions.
The questions of the
The
week.
speed round questions.
Yes.
All
I
right.
like lightning round better, but
Oh, yeah.
it's
Lightning
your
round.
podcast.
That's
You
what
can-
it was.
You can say what you want.
I will.
All right.
All right. Question 1. What are some opinions people get of Christianity when we don't take our faith seriously?
So all the time on the news, you hear stories, especially of pastors, but you even hear it of church people who have made moral choices that aren't good. And what people then do is they make this big leap. They'll say, well, because that person did this, that means their faith is not legitimate, that it shouldn't be something. And the fact of the matter is that none of us are perfect. All of us are hypocrites to some degree, even those of us who are Christ followers. I can see the argument. There, in a lot of arguments, there's a little bit of truth mixed in with a lot of falsehood. And the little bit of truth is that as Christ followers, we should be different. We should live like Jesus does. But what people forget is that Jesus came to die on the cross to give us grace because he knew we would mess up. So we do need to take our faith seriously. People look at us and they think, oh, they don't take it seriously when we make bad choices. That can be somewhat true. So, so we do need to watch the way that we live our lives. Yeah.
But we're still humans.
Still humans. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Question 2. How can we be ready for God to do something different in our lives?
So I would say the number one way for you to let God work in your life, if you're going to allow him space to work in your life, is humility. Humility is where it all starts. You have to put God in his place, and you have to put yourself in your place. Until you are willing to do that, God cannot do what he's going to do. Until you make God truly the Lord and the master of your life, you're never going to change. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And my last question. Besides wearing our CCCC shirts, what can we do to make our outsides match our insides?
So wearing a shirt that has like the church logo or maybe a saying about Jesus or whatever is never a bad thing to do. It's a good thing to do. But it's really just a representation of the outward deeds. If we want people to see Jesus, they need to see us loving others and serving others and encouraging others like Jesus would. That's why we did Be the Church Sunday a
I was going
couple
to say, we
weeks
just
ago.
talked about that.
That's right. We did that because it's an outward expression that shows that what we believe really does come forth from us. So if you want people to see that you follow Jesus, love like Jesus.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yep.
The Nike, it's Nike, right?
Yep.
Nike's. Yep. All right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's all I had for questions.
That's all you had, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about how important it is to take things seriously. One of the things we already talked about it was humility, the importance of humility. But the minor prophets, there are many themes, but I would say the three major themes in the minor prophets is number one, first and foremost, not even close, humility. But also we see a lot about the importance of watching out for injustice. Within the church today, I would say with especially the evangelical church, we tend to drop the ball on this. We don't fight for the justice, for people to have justice. I'm not saying that falls on everybody. I'm just saying overall. A lot of times we are just we are so justice oriented in the sense that we want people to be punished. We want them to get justice. But what happens when there is injustice? Do we stand up and say they should be set free, that they should be forgiven? That I think that's where we drop the ball. And we see over and again in the minor prophets that they talk about this, that we need to watch out for people who are marginalized, who have been received injustice. That's not to say that we should pardon sin. I think sometimes today people think that you have to somehow overlook a person's sin when you're trying to fight for them to receive justice. And that's just, no, when sin is sin.
Right.
But we should always fight for people to be loved. We should always fight for people to be cared about. And so yeah, that's a big theme in the minor prophets. Another one again is about your head matching up with your hands, your hands matching up with your head or heart. That we live out what it is that we believe, that we take it seriously. So, again, if we take our faith seriously, the world will take our faith seriously.
Yeah.
So, those were the major things that we talked about this Sunday, and I think it was a good start to the series.
Yeah.
I hope. So,
yeah. And this week is Obadiah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Obadiah, and we're going to talk about a question that all of us have asked, and that is, what does my future look like? So I'm going to bring out my crystal ball. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely not doing that. But no, we're going to talk about the future, and I think we're going to be a little surprised that we can actually know the future, and not in the way you might think. I'm not going to get up there on Sunday and lay out all the prophecies of when Jesus is coming back and things like that. But we can know, generally speaking, what the future is going to look like today. And we're going to find out through the book of Obadiah how we do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about this week?
Nothing else. Nope.
All right. Well, next week, you'll be here for Dive Deep next week.
Yeah, I'll be here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah.
All right.
That'll be good.
So we'll see you next week, and we'll talk about Obadiah, and we hope you have a good week.